everyone. Welcome. Okay, I think I am live. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to be with you today and to share with you the 10 real hands-on reasons why every qanun player absolutely must learn maqam. So if you're watching live, please do let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, then comment below with hashtag replay and let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. I can see people on the live. Hi. Do let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. I'm just gonna double check. I think we're all good. I think we're good. Okay, fantastic. So I'm just checking here if the audio is fine, because I don't want to be talking to the void. Hi, welcome everybody. Am I okay? Okay, we are good. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for tuning in again. So, you know that part of my calling is to help everybody learn qanun the fun and easy way and to demystify Arabic music, because there are so many unspoken rules and there are so many barriers that stop people from really even starting their qanun journey because they're scared, or because there are no systems, or because there are no resources in English. So many reasons, but maqam seems to be one of them, and I am here to talk to you about the 10 reasons why you absolutely must have this knowledge. And when I say learning maqam, just to clarify, I don't mean that you need to know music theory. I teach maqam in a completely different way. I developed something called the maqam building block system, TM, and it helped people who don't read music, who have no idea about music theory, who are non-Arabs, who've never heard Arabic music before, mastering the basics of maqam in a very, very short time. Okay, so when I say learn maqam, I don't mean music theory. Okay, these are two different topics, and in fact, many of the greatest performers in the history of Arabic music had no clue how to read music or had no clue about music theory. Okay, so let's get to it. Number one of the key reasons why qanun players must learn maqam is one of the 4 pillars of your learning as a qanun player. So many people focus on technique and think that technique is all you need, but that is not true. Maqam is actually one of the main pillars and one of the key components to make you a well-rounded musician. Okay, so it is one of the key pillars of learning qanun. Number 2, learning maqam will help you embody the music. What do I mean by that? You have it inside your body. I mean, if you have, so what do I mean by that? You know it by ear. You have it inside. I teach my students that you cannot project on a musical instrument what you do not embody. So if there is like a rhythm, so say it's sama'i thaqil, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, I would ask them to dance to it. I'll ask them to tap it. If there is a maqam, I'll ask you to sing it. And maqam is like the claw material, the raw clay, I want to say, that from which you basically make music. So if you embody the maqam, then you know it inside and you can sing it, then you can project it on a musical instrument better versus to sort of being outside the music and watching it from outside. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Do let me know. But the way I encourage my students to do that is by singing them, singing the maqamat, singing the building blocks, because that's the organic way. Okay. I'll tell you a story. I was once sitting in, I was supposed to play this concert in Aleppo, and I was freaking out because Aleppo is the city of Samia. If you don't know what is Samia, means the music connoisseur, and I was freaking out because you have to pass through the rite of passage um, of the going through performing in front of the Samia of Aleppo and taking their approval. And if you don't have their approval, then you just should go and work on yourself. All of the big stars of Arabic music had to do that. Kulthum, Abdul Halim, Abdul Wahab, all of them, without exception. So I, oh, it says my computer is on saver mode. Excuse me kindly. I thought I plugged it in. I have not, for some reason. Wait. Sorry about that. So I go and play my taqsim. So I play something like this. I don't remember what I did. And then I did certain modulations, and I came back to the ending, and it was well received, and I was thrilled. But then one guy came to me and he said, "Oh my, I love the taqsim that you did on maqam rest. And I love the modulation that you did to such and such maqam." And I was like, "Oh, great. So you know music. You know how to read music." And he said, "No. I don't know how to read. Like read. But the Sami'a of Aleppo, they know the maqamat by ear. And that's the organic way. And this is what I mean by embodying the maqam, embodying the music. Okay? So that is number 2. Learning maqam will help you embody the music. And if you want to learn anything, you need to immerse yourself in that and embody that. Reason number 3 why every qanun player must absolutely learn maqam is, this is what everybody knows, is knowing how to do a taqsim. Okay, so everybody thinks that this is just the only reason why you should know maqamat. But even though this is one of the key reasons why you should know maqamat, because taqsim is considered to be as sort of the ultimate aim of Arabic music. It's like the end game, and it's like the pinnacle of musical expression for any Arab musician. So yes, it will help you know all the taqasim and how to modulate and how to craft a beautiful experience of storytelling. So without knowledge of maqamat, you can't do a taqsim. Okay. Number 4 is one of the reasons why you must know maqamat as a qanun player is you need to know where to ornament. Many qanun players think, and not even qanun players, just people who play Arabic music in general, if you master an ornamentation technique, then you can use it anywhere. That cannot be further from the truth, because you must put say arpeggios, yeah, which is this technique. You cannot use it in certain maqamat. Absolutely, you cannot use harmony. Certain maqamat do not accept harmony, or you can, at least not in the main melody line. So and certain maqamat, absolutely, you can harmonize to your heart's content, or vibrato. Many of my students, when they come to me, they say they just do vibrato anywhere and everywhere. I'm like, you need to do it in a very, very, very specific notes. These are the sensitive notes. These are the key notes. And if you don't know the maqam and you don't know these sensitive notes, then you will sound off. So that is number 4, okay, because it will help you to know where to ornament. And number 5, which is also many people don't know about, is it helps you to know what notes to emphasize. And that is both in written music and in taqasim. One of the things about Arabic music that it's the concept of the tonic or the bass note is so powerful. It's like a magnet. So if I am doing taqsim on Nahawan, there's always that tension that is pulling me towards the tonic, and the sense of resolution is so important and so powerful in Arabic music. And if you don't know those important notes and what notes to emphasize, then again you will sound off. And that is both in performing written music and playing taqasim, because emphasizing certain notes will show that you understand you, and you help the maqam or the building blocks to sort of simmer in the ear of the listener, and it helps them to understand what you're doing. It's part of the key aesthetics of Arabic music, and knowledge of the maqam definitely helps you understand what notes to emphasize more than others. um, so and again, just to mention also, um, if you have a musical score, it's it's just the skeleton. It is up to you to add the details. So say there's this semi. So you will just have the skeleton. It's not like in Arabic, in Western music, where you have everything explicitly written for you, that where the stress is, where you need to go loud, where you need to go quiet. In Arabic music, it's completely open to interpretation. And if you do not emphasize those key notes, like, did you hear what I did? So do you hear that some notes are louder than the others? Listen to it again. So all of these small nuances are so important in your performance and in your taqsim as well. Okay. So number 6, it helps you sound authentic. Because many people presume that you can put any maqam with any maqam. The aesthetics of Arabic music are different from Western music. So for instance, you need to know the modulation pathways whenever, and that applies to ornamenting. Again, I'm always talking in terms of ornamenting a written piece, as well as playing a taqsim. So if you're doing taqsim on Nahawand, which I just played you an excerpt from Sama' Nahawand, you cannot suddenly switch from this to. It's not a very common. Some modern composers do it, but it is to be avoided. Like a traditional player would never do that transition. Yet the transition from minor to major and major to minor is something very common in Western music. So you need to have that understanding, because the rules are because of thousands of years of tradition where things are performed a certain way, and things are completely different in Arabic music from Western music, completely different. So if you don't have that knowledge, then you wouldn't know how to modulate. And if you make a modulation, like for instance, like the one that I did, major to minor, you won't sound authentic. So having that knowledge of maqam is extremely important for you to have to sound authentic as a performer. Right. So how's everybody following so far? I can see the comment. I'm just trying to. Oh. Okay, cool. So let's move on. So number 7, it helps you be creative. You need to know the rules to break the rules. So you cannot break the rules if you don't know the rules. Simple. So it is very, very important for you to, so later on, whenever you want to break the rules, you can. Absolutely, you can. And you can create that beautiful element of surprise, and you can find your unique voice. But my dad used to always tell me that he or she who doesn't have a past and doesn't have like a very strong base doesn't have a future. And I completely believe in that. So you need to have a base in the tradition before you can break it. And then when you know the basics of the tradition, then you can break that. And that will help you be creative. And I certainly did that in my own compositions, you know, where I sort of added unconventional twists to some maqamat. Like, for instance, in my composition, what's it called? Queen of the Night. I sort of added the original maqam, but I did it this way. Yeah, let's check the. And you see what I mean? So because I know the tradition, now I can break the rules. And that the same applies for you. Okay? So number 8, it helps you communicate better with others. So imagine if you're sitting and you're just sort of playing, you learned a beautiful piece of music, like you're playing something, and somebody says, Allah, what is the maqam of this beautiful piece of music? Let me bring my oud and let's play it together. And you're like, I don't know. It would be cool, wouldn't it? So in any situation, whether you are playing for yourself or your loved ones, for your community, if you're playing in a stage, it is very important for you to communicate. You can just simply say, Bayat al-Ray. Okay, let's go. And you can just simply know the notes and communicate with others. This is extremely valuable. And that leads me to the number 9, which is the 9th reason why you absolutely know maqamat. It's the amazing sense of confidence that you will have. I mean, I see my students every time they know the maqam of a song, it's like they own everything. They're so they're so radiating, and they're so happy within themselves because they know the maqamat. And again, these are people who were complete beginners, who did not read music, that don't know anything about music theory. Imagine the sense of confidence that you'll have in yourself when you know the maqamat. It's amazing. And that will reflect on your playing, and that will reflect on your performance, and that will create more positive momentum for you to keep moving forward. And number 10, which is so important, yet so many people don't know or don't speak much about it, or I didn't hear anybody speak about it, is knowing the maqamat will help you communicate emotion. Many people don't know that certain maqamat have certain characters. Yes, each maqam has a unique character, and you need to bring that character to life. Some maqamat are malleable, where you can play with them to communicate a certain mood. Certain maqamat, like like Sabah, there's a unanimous agreement that this is the maqam of sadness. Yeah. And you need to perform it in a way and that communicates that emotional charge. So you need to have that knowledge, because then you would know the character, and then you can show your mastery when you alternate with the light and the dark, the happy and the with a hint of sadness. So guys, these are the 10 reasons why I can go on. But these are the top 10 reasons why every qanun player absolutely must know maqamat. And again, this is extremely important knowledge for everyone who learns Arabic music, but particularly for qanun players, because if you are playing in an ensemble, then you are at the heart of the ensemble. And if you are playing alone, then you are a solo instrument. And I mean, the qanun is the law. You're sort of the piano, or the rule, or I don't want to call it the ruler, because every instrument is extremely valuable, but it's called qanun for a reason. Qanun means law. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Do let me know if you have any questions. And so if you want to learn maqamat, the basics of maqamat in 5 days, yes, in 5 days, and dip your toes in taqasim, then I invite you to sign up to my 5-day free maqam challenge. We start 5th of October, every day at 4 p.m. BST, British Summer Time, and it's completely free. It's going to be loaded with information. As I mentioned, I created this system, the maqam builder block system, where anybody can learn and understand maqam. Even my 9-year-old can. And look, he squeaked just to he had to come and say hello. Even he does understand that. So sign up. This is the first time I'm sharing this system in public, and again, it really changed the qanun life of so many people. I'm super excited to do it and to share it with everybody. And yeah, I made it in a time that works for everybody, including those who are in the US. So sign up. The link is in the description. It's qanunseekers.com/challenge. And again, these are the 10 reasons why, just to recap, why every qanun player must learn maqamat. Number 1, it is one of the main pillars of qanun playing. Number 2, it helps you embody the music versus being outside it. Number 3, it helps you with your taqasim. If you don't know maqamat, then you won't know how to do a taqsim. Number 4, it helps you understand where to ornament. Okay, that's so important. Number 5, it helps you to know what notes to emphasize more than the others, both in taqsim and in performance. And number 6, it helps you sound authentic with your modulation pathways. You wouldn't go for the modulation pathways that are in Western music, you know, and that will make it sound inauthentic. It will help you sound authentic. And number 7, it will help you be creative, because you know the rules. Then because of that, you can now break them. And number 8, it helps you communicate better with others. You can just pick your qanun. You can tell somebody, this is a piece on Nahawand Do, Nahawand C, Nahawand D, whatever, and you can just jam with people, whether it is with your friends, with your family, with your community, even on stage. It is very, very, very important. And then that will generate an amazing sense of confidence, which is number 9, which is extremely important for you as a qanun player. And number 10, it helps you communicate emotion. So I hope that was helpful. Do let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you inside the challenge. We start in 2 weeks, and I cannot wait to share this with you and to help you in your qanun journey. I send you lots of love, my friends. Stay well. Bye.